everybody. Welcome back to Happily Booked, the bookcast. The bookcast where two kindred spirits believe that the pursuit of happiness is the same thing as reading a good book and talking about it together in a basement. That was really...
Not in a basement.
In a basement. That was really weird. I don't think I was paying full attention, and I didn't time my little intro thing right.
That's okay.
That felt weird. Let's move this. Oh. No, I don't care. Go away. Sorry, not you. Okay, there we go. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
And hello, everybody listening. Hope you've had a good week. Yeah, I guess I've had a good week. Enough. Been to a few weddings, I think, since we've recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to like 2 weddings since. Get away from me, fly. Like two weddings since we've recorded. One was in Massachusetts, which is a wildly far away place. And
but it must be beautiful right now.
Yeah, the leaves and stuff are changing.
Yeah.
It was that was very pretty. So side tangent already. We were in Massachusetts, and we were very bored.
Were you?
We were. Where we were, there was not a whole lot to do, and or for free to do.
Oh,
that's the kicker. Nothing's free. But in Colorado, sorry, I know it's a totally different place. Every now and then, I like to go visit a troll that an artist sculpted.
Yeah.
And I just think it's fun because they're so big and they plant them in the trees and stuff. And
that's cool.
You can go and take pictures of them, whatever. And there's like 1,000, like all over the world. And I was like, oh, random thought. I wonder if there's a troll near here. Because there was one in Seattle that I never got to go see while we were up there. And I won't let Austin live that down. And so I looked it up and I was like, oh, there is a troll. And it's an hour and a half away, but we weren't going to do anything else. So I convinced him to go drive to the troll.
That's funny.
So we were in like the middle of Massachusetts, and we drove an hour and a half, and we went completely through Connecticut and completely through Rhode Island.
Wow.
And at the coast of Rhode Island on the Atlantic Ocean, basically, there were the trolls. There was 2, actually. There was a guy troll and a girl troll. I've never seen a girl one, so that was kind of neat. But yeah, I think it's just so funny that the states up there are so small. Not all of them, obviously, but the ones we were in.
Right.
It's just so funny. Just how, like, compact, I guess, it all is. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. It's a weird, I was like, you can't drive an hour and a half in Georgia and
right.
and be 2 states over. That's not happening. That's not happening. Even if you start at the edge of Georgia, you're still not going to be in the 2 states over after an hour and a half. So it was funny. I've got pictures with the trolls, and it was actually neat. Austin took me to look at these trolls, and then we were looking at the map, like the Google map of where we were. It was at a park. And I don't know why we started looking at the map. I don't remember. Then Austin realized when he was looking at it, he was like, this used to be an airport. And we were like we weren't on what used to be runways, but we were like next to where the runways were. So then we tried to go find the rest of the runways and stuff. And it was neat. That he was like, I thought that was the coolest thing. Completely. And yeah. And he was like, I wonder why they stopped using it. And I was like, well, I don't know. They didn't need it after a certain point. They used other airports, I guess. I don't really know. And at least they're using it as a park. It's not just, it's
wasting
not like
away.
Yeah, it's not wasting away. And it's also not like that's sorry.
What?
That scared me. I probably scared the poo-poo out of them up there too. Oh, the air compressor just kicked on. Austin leaves it on. He doesn't remember he's left it on until I'm sitting quietly in the living room. And they're probably like, what is that? Because you can hear it right up under the living room.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll go turn it off in a second. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah, it's not wasting away, but it's also not like a mall or something, which
Right.
wouldn't be the worst thing, I guess. It depends on your own, what you like to do, I guess, in your spare time. But I think a park was a really good idea. I'm going to go turn that off.
Okay.
I'm going to pause this. So
I'll
it's
be
just...
right here waiting for you.
All right, yeah, I'm back. Okay, it should not do that again. That was funny. I just know how startling that is when you're sitting up there on the couch.
Right.
So that's why I think it's so funny. Okay, anyway, yeah. I know, we haven't recorded... Can you stop? His computer just kicked off. Why am I so jumpy?
This is going to be a great podcast.
Yeah, so we've gone to 2 weddings since we were last recorded. We were in a wedding the weekend prior, and in a couple days we're going to Savannah for another wedding.
Awesome.
I'm so happy for all these people who are getting married, but I'm a little tired of going to weddings.
Why did you have to do it so close together, guys?
Oh, and then there's another wedding we got invited to next month that we're not going to be able to go to.
Oh, no, why?
We will be, you know how we haven't actually done it a lot this year, but normally we go help out with somebody who works in Formula Drift.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll like fly out and help them or whatever.
Right.
We're doing that, but the days overlap with this other person's wedding.
Oh, man.
And we've already agreed to do the thing, so we can't come back and do
you
that.
can't unagree.
Yeah. So
sounds like me. I was overbooked for this month, but I didn't know it.
Yeah. That's we went to the marriage weekend this past February, so I'm assuming they're going to be starting to think about the plans for that at church and then announcing it within the next month or 2.
Right.
Yeah. I'm a little jealous of your women's weekend. That sounds fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're hoping it won't matter if they don't, but there's a hotel, it's a 5-star hotel that they always book. That's not paid for. Like, you pay for that out of your pocket, which is fine. We live in Atlanta, so I mean, I don't have to stay at the hotel.
Right.
But the lady who was telling me that the girls and I were taken care of, she's like, sometimes though, someone pays for a room and they don't stay and they donate it. And also sometimes we cram as many women in the room as possible.
Yeah.
So you don't have to pay as much for the room. So depending on what happens, we might be staying at the hotel. So that'd be nice too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be a lot of fun either way.
Yeah. By the way, your glasses look really nice with that pink.
Thank you.
I meant to say that upstairs when we were up.
I've gotten so many compliments on these glasses, and I'm so
very
glad.
Cute.
Thank you. I'm so glad that I got them. I'm looking forward to, I want to get a backup pair of glasses.
As you should.
Yes. And I found a pair that look like butterflies, and they're like rainbow colored, and like I'm very excited about getting those.
Yeah. That'll be fun. When you came over 2 weeks ago with them for the first time, I think, I was like, I need to get some new glasses. Makes me I barely wear my glasses, but I'm like, I want to have a good pair of glasses.
Right. And you know, it's funny. I see so many like really cute glasses, and I think, okay, but if I wore those frames, they wouldn't go with every article of clothing.
Right.
And then I thought, you can get multiple frames, duh.
Yeah.
So like, this is like a new accessory for people who have glasses. Like, I think for a long time, people just got like boring frame glasses, and now they're more exciting. And it's just another way of like showing your personality and like, matching with your outfit. So it makes sense to have multiple pairs.
Right. You have multiple shoes, don't you?
Exactly. Exactly.
That's funny. Yeah. No, they're really cute. I'm excited to see your new ones that you eventually get, because that'll be fun. So, yeah. Okay. Do you have anything else you'd like to talk about before we get into our finished whatever currents?
No, but I would like to ask you, because we tend to not do it every episode.
A quote. Yeah.
Yes. Do you have a quote?
What is wrong with me? I don't know. Okay. Oh, this is kind of...
Found one.
kind of, it's funny how like you don't realize the things you're reading or watching, how appropriate and fitting they are for maybe the times you're in. It's just funny. Okay, so this is my quote. You said the only way things could have gotten as bad as they did was if people were willing to take the first easy answer they could find and cling to it, rather than doing anything as complicated as actually thinking. Oof. Oof, indeed. I think, did I write that down? I did write that down as a finished book. Okay. That is from Feed by Mira Grant.
Okay.
Which is the zombie story, allegedly, that is more so about the freedom of journalism and the right we have to knowledge, basically.
Oh, okay.
But like set up in like an America where we've had to sort of cope with a zombie outbreak and live with it. It's a very interesting concept. So I did jot that down in my finish. I actually forgot I had a haul. I don't know how I forgot. You know how I have all those books I want to haul?
Right.
And I still haven't done that? I decided to grab a couple, so they're sitting right here next to me.
And you still forgot.
And I still forgot. So I'm just going to grab the first one, and we're just going to get into it. The title is By Any Other Name by Jodi. I used to say Picoult because I didn't know how to say her name. But the girl who talked about this said Picoult, I think.
Oh.
So you look at her name. Picoult?
Oh, if it's French, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I have no idea. So I have seen this author's name before many a times. I actually have one of her books upstairs. I have not read it. I know in that book is My Sister's Keeper, which I love the movie adaptation of. And so I got the book. Never read it.
Who's in that?
Oh, man. Cameron Diaz?
Really?
I think.
Okay.
I'm not good with celebrities.
Sounds familiar.
My Sister's Keeper. It's a 2009 movie. Yeah, Cameron Diaz. And Abigail Breslin. Sophia Bassett. She was really little. Alec Baldwin's in it.
Okay, so it probably got a lot of...
It was pretty... At the time, it was pretty... people liked it, I guess. That's the... I don't know if you can... Yeah, see that.
I'm still trying to learn how to see out of these glasses.
I believe... It's been a while since I've watched the movie, but it really stuck with me because it was so heartbreaking. I believe that one is about a married couple who have a child. The child is diagnosed with some form of cancer, and a controversial way to maybe help their child continue living a better life, they had another child, but really to use that child's body for the first one.
Oh.
Yeah. So she I think opens up the movie. It's the second child, the younger one, talking, and she's calling herself her sister's keeper. Because they like take her for her bone marrow and stuff to give it to their other daughter. It's a very heart-wrenching movie. Wow. I don't know if you've seen it, but it is like
I have not. That sounds terrible.
Apparently, this is what who's talked about this book. She said a lot of this author's books are kind of controversial in those kind of ways, which I could see that. That's the only one I ever knew about. I've seen this author's name, but I don't know anything about any of the other books. So this one, the title being By Any Other Name, is apparently her newest one. Just came out this year.
Oh, wow.
Surprised it's a paperback. And a floppy one at that. Look at that.
The cover's nice.
It's a very pretty cover. This is for the book club me and my mom are in.
Okay.
So we'll be meeting in a couple weeks. 3 weeks, I think. I don't know. Something like that. I'll probably wait until 2 days before to read it. But basically, it's about two women who are playwrights in around 1581.
Oh.
A long time ago. And they're playwrights, but they're not getting acknowledged for they're not being given the opportunity to show their work.
Because they're women.
So they go by an alias known as William Shakespeare in this story. So that's basically what it's about. So, I mean, it seems interesting. I don't know. My mom said apparently the lady who hosts the book club, she said she was having a hard time getting into it because of the sections that were set back in the 1500s. Apparently it's, I don't know. I don't know if I've even read anything set in the 1500s. So I'm sure it's fine. It's probably slower. I imagine it's a slow paced kind of story. So sounds interesting though. I think it's kind of interesting that they're like, oh, they're William Shakespeare, you know. It's kind of fun. I don't know. Then these next few books are the next 4 books I have here. Sorry, everybody. Are some that were from our great aunt in Florida.
Okay, yeah.
This one is called The Murderer's Daughter by Jonathan Kellerman. I don't know if I don't even think she read this one. This is like,
yeah, it doesn't
even look like nothing. The spine's not broken.
No.
Like, it's just pristine, which is fine. I think her daughter lives like an hour from her, and she'll just like get her a lot of books and stuff. So I'm sure there's a couple she's actually not like wanted to read, because like of course there would be. Like,
right.
Oh, I'm not interested. Let me just go ahead and get rid of it. Whatever. So maybe this is one of those.
Right.
I have no idea what it's about. I'm assuming it's a thriller. It seems like a thriller.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try my best to read this synopsis, I guess. A brilliant, deeply dedicated psychologist, Grace Blades has a gift for treating troubled souls and tormented psyches. Perhaps because, as a 5-year-old, she witnessed her parents' death in a murder-suicide.
Oh.
How fun.
Wow.
It doesn't say that, sorry. But even as an accomplished adult, Grace still harbors a dark, secret side. Then Grace's harrowing past returns with a vengeance in the form of a new patient. Both Grace and Andrew Toner are stunned when they recognize each other, but Toner is more than willing to ignore their connection, desperate for Grace's therapeutic expertise. And while Grace is tempted to explore his case, which seems to eerily echo her grim early years, she refuses. A decision she regrets when a homicide detective appears on her doorstep. As an evil she thought she'd outrun rears its ugly head again. Grace fears that the police inquiry will expose her double life.
Oh.
There's actually another sentence, but I feel like that was long enough, and I don't feel like saying more. Sounds interesting. It's a thriller, crime-ish thriller. Sounds good. I don't know. Then this one looks pretty good.
Oh, James Patterson.
James Patterson. And it is called 3 Women Disappear. It almost looks like it's a thrasher.
Slasher?
Yeah. A slasher story.
It's a creepy cover.
Yeah. This is Sarah, his personal chef, Anna, his wife, Serena, his maid. Oh. Accountant Anathy? Who's Anathy? Anthony Costello has a talent for manipulating both numbers and people, turning losses into profits, enemies into allies, and vice versa. When Costello is found murdered in his own home, 3 suspects had motive. All 3 had access to his home, and all 3 women are missing. Are they in the wind or in the grave?
Oh, well, sounds unfortunate.
Then this one, I've been told that I've been told I would like C.J. Box's writing. I've never read anything by C.J. Box.
That's a nice cover.
It is a nice cover. I think he or she, I don't know. They write like kind of, thrillers set in the, Midwest, the plains, and all the things. I don't know. This is what the synopsis says. Joe Pickett is the new game warden in 12 Sleep, Wyoming, a town where nearly everyone hunts, and the game warden, especially one like Joe who won't take bribes or look the other way, is always far from popular. When Joe finds a local hunting outfitter dead, splayed out on the woodpile behind his state-owned home, he takes it personally and thrusts himself into a mystery that threatens the life and family he loves. Oh, I'm sorry. And it's called Open Season. That's funny. Hunters, Open Season.
Right.
Funny. Okay. Then You'll know this one.
Yes.
Kind of. This one is Holmes, Marple, and Poe by James Patterson and Brian Sitz, which is the one your mom mentioned.
Right.
And we miraculously had. So this is a very short little synopsis. In New York City, 3 intriguing, smart, and stylish open Holmes, Marple, and Poe investigations. If I read ahead, I wouldn't have needed to pause. Brendan Holmes, a keen, science-minded sleuth with an even keener sense of smell. He's a basset hound. Margaret Marple, a charming snoop who works best undercover. August Poe, a weapons expert with a weakness for muscle cars and beautiful women. The agency's daring methodology and headline-making cases attract the attention of the NYPD detective Lieutenant Helene Gray. Her solo investigation into these 3 unknowable competitors becomes a mystery to rival the best of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Agatha Christie, and Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah, so there's that. Then this came with its own bag. From Titanic, frozen and custard chocolate attraction.
Huh.
2 weekends ago, when we were in Tennessee for Austin's brother's wedding, like the day or 2 after, we had time to kill, so a couple of us went to the Titanic Museum.
Very cool.
It was pretty neat. So at the end, I was just looking around, and they had of course they have books. Like, there's always a book about the Titanic. There's always something about the Titanic.
Yep.
And then I saw this. There was a couple of these, but I think I liked the way this one looked more. I don't know. It's Titanic, First Accounts, edited with an introduction by Tim Malton, afterword by Nicholas Wade, first-hand accounts by Lawrence Beasley, Margaret Brown, Archibald Gracie, and more.
Cool.
So, and that's fantastic. Oh, and the cover is the boat. I've got stuff in here. I'm trying not to drop it out of my. Bless you. Bless you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, very nice.
So yeah, I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. It's not like it's the first time I've ever thought about a book about Titanic accounts,
right?
Because like, of course they're out there. But I was there, and I really liked it. It's a very pretty cover. I like that it has the boat. I feel like ships would be offended if they knew I called them boats. You know? I know they are boats, but they're ships.
Right.
So
it's like an automobile.
Right.
Or truck.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
a truck is an automobile.
And I get feisty when somebody says an SUV is a car.
Listen.
I know it's not that big of a deal.
I had this thing with Ella the other day, which is why I mentioned that.
Yeah.
Because she called a truck a car, and I said, no.
That is a truck.
That's a truck. And she said, it's the same thing. I said, no.
No.
Trucks are not cars. They are automobiles, but they are not cars.
Right. I know. And a Jeep is a Jeep.
Right.
It's not an SUV. Anyway, yeah, I know. I'm the same way. But with Stetson, I'm like, okay, fine. I guess right now you can call an SUV a car. And then sometimes I'll be like, SUV. Like, SUV. So, you know. So
that's funny.
I feel like, okay, no. I don't need to haul anything on my Kindle.
Okay.
Awkwardly looks around. Because
did you leave your Kindle upstairs?
Well, naturally, but I've got my Kindle app on my phone.
Oh, okay.
So, and which loads a lot quicker and stuff. So
okay.
I just use it for this.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's because some of my currently readings are on my Kindle, so I don't need to, okay. What would you like to talk about? You finished something?
I have finished one thing.
Yay!
It would have been 2, but I actually had a social life this weekend.
Oh, snap.
And
girl.
I don't mean that to sound like you can't have a social life if you're reading.
Right.
I just had intended to finish listening to this one book while Emma was at her Devo Saturday night. But how do I say this without sounding stupid? Family friends. So like Emma was in the Devo with the twin boys of this one family that Ella is friends with their daughter. But I mean, really, all the kids are friends,
right?
And I'm friends with the parents.
Yeah.
They pulled up next to my car, which, by the way, if I ever get a new car, I'm gonna make sure that it has electric door, everything.
Yeah.
Because having to roll the window down like it's 1980,
right? Yeah,
is crazy.
A little strenuous.
They pulled up next to the car, and the dad was like, "What are you guys planning on doing while they're in the Devo?" And I was like, "Oh, we're just gonna sit here." And he goes, "Oh, well, we're going to the park." And I was like, "Oh, well, Ella did kind of want to go to a park." And he's like, "Okay, well, we're going." And I was like,
"Bye-bye, are you coming?"
And he mentioned the name of the park a few times, probably because he knows I can't remember things. And I said, "Okay, well, we'll go to the park with you." So the dad jogged while his wife and daughter and Ella and I walked. And they went home and got their dogs. They have a chocolate lab and a black lab.
Aww.
I think one is technically a mutt, from what I understood, she said, but they look full-blooded. Or maybe one is full-blooded and one is, like, her name is in the registry and the chocolate lab isn't.
Yeah.
But I think he's probably still a lab. He's just not, like, he doesn't have a pedigree.
Yeah.
I don't care about stuff like that. Yeah. But
Ranger's full-blooded, but he does not have a pedigree.
But anyway, I think that's the difference, maybe.
Or pure-blooded, I guess I should say. But yeah.
But we took them on a walk, and we just talked like the whole time. And so instead of listening to the book and ending it or finishing it,
yeah,
I went on a walk, which was probably better for my health as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, things like that happen, and it's honestly for the better anyway.
Right. So I only finished one thing instead of two. It's called Murder Boxed Up by Rosie A. Point.
Murder Boxed Up. I have not stalked anybody on Storygraph. This is news to me.
So, it's a series, and I think there's 4 in the series, and it's about this woman who is about my age. She's not quite 40. I don't know what that means because she doesn't give a specific age. But
does she say not quite 40?
Yeah. She breaks up with her fiance because she catches him cheating on her. And they were business partners, so she leaves the business. He's kind of blackballed her in town. I don't know why. I mean, you're the jerk who was having the affair. Right. I don't know why you're ruining her life.
Yeah.
So she moves back to the small town that she's from originally, and finds out that her uncle is not in good health and needs help with his restaurant. But he never said anything to her. She's not been home to visit. They kind of raised her, blah, blah, blah. So she starts to help with the restaurant, which is the business that she was in anyway. She just was like a corporate restaurateur who like went in and helped businesses get established, I think, or something like that. So this is like in her wheelhouse of things to do. Mm-hmm. So she's like helping him, and then there's a murder. And almost like on day 1 of her being in town, and she helped solve the murder. And then in the second one, she's still in town. It's only a few months later, and there's another murder. Honestly, when you read books like this, cozy mysteries, it reminds me of Murder, She Wrote, and what I always thought, like, there was always a murder wherever Jessica Lansbury was. And,
How does that happen?
She should probably be the number 1 suspect.
You would think. In real life, she would be. Yeah. That's the thing with cozy mysteries, murder mysteries. I don't know, but it's funny.
It's hilarious. So anyway, the second one that I'm reading is called. I'm sorry. The first one is Slice of Murder. Oh. And that's the one I finished.
Okay.
And then Murder Boxed Up was on the page because it's what I'm currently reading.
Okay.
So Slice of Murder is when all of that stuff happens that I was just talking about.
Do they have like a bakery?
It's a pizzeria.
Okay.
But there is also a bakery, and she becomes friends with the lady who owns the bakery.
Okay. I think the puns with cozy mysteries and the titles are so funny.
Yes. So anyway, and I think there's going to end up being a love interest. There wasn't one in the first one, but you know me, I always feel like there should be a love interest.
Yeah.
And so I feel like there's going to be. It hasn't happened in Murder Boxed Up yet either, but there's apparently 4 in the series. I'm 85% of the way through the second one. I'm listening to them on YouTube because I thought that I hadn't paid my bill for Everrand, and so I didn't go back to the Emma M. Lyons series. Turns out I have paid it, so I'm probably gonna do some more reading on the Emma M. Lyons series. But I did want to mention, I'm like back and forth when I'm listening to this, going, okay, is this AI reading this or someone who does not understand punctuation?
Oh.
The only reason I actually finished reading, they're only like 2.5 hours or 2 hours reads. So like they're really quick to listen to, just like the Emma M. Lyons series. But it was really hard to listen to the first book because the whole time I'm like, what is wrong with this person who's reading? And I literally am like thinking AI, but then sometimes she actually does an inflection with her voice, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's a person and they just don't understand punctuation.
Or maybe it's their first one.
And I'm sorry. Let's see, what's the name of the?
And I feel like narrators, I feel like they do a good read through before they actually,
right?
Like at least, well spoken narrators. Right. I think because they really sound like they know what they're doing.
Right. Rosie A. Point is the author, and I hope she's not reading the books for herself because then I would feel like I'm slighting her. And I apologize.
She can be a great author, but maybe she shouldn't be narrating them, and that's okay because other people can narrate them just fine.
Right.
And everybody has their specialty. I certainly will never probably narrate a new book that I managed to publish.
Well, I'm working on editing or recording mine right now.
Oh, okay.
And I'm doing okay.
That's what I thought. Okay, that's what you meant when you said in the text about recording. You're okay. Yeah, it's all coming together now. I don't know what I thought you meant. I don't, but it didn't click that that's what you were talking about.
Well, I'm getting there with that one, and hopefully that'll get done soon. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought. Did I tell you? Yeah, did I tell you I deleted it?
Maybe.
Or I didn't delete it. So what happened was I actually was like halfway through recording it for my sister, firstly, so that she can do the artwork. And I realized that I tried to move it from the program I was working in to an editing program, and it wouldn't transfer it. So I said, oh, it's not compatible. So I read half the book before realizing I was not recording in a compatible program. But the program that I was trying to edit it in, I remembered that you can actually directly record audio there. So I reread chapter 1 and then said, you know what, I'm done with this for the day. And I still have to go back and re-record. But, I mean, it's going to be easy to edit in there and everything, and it'll automatically already be there. So
that's good. I can't wait to see what artwork she comes up with.
I'm very excited about it as well. But she's having a lot of trouble with her myasthenia gravis right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how quickly she's going to be able to work through that.
Right.
But Lord willing, it'll happen. And I'm sorry that I really wanted to be done with book 2 before the end of the year. But also, I did actually delete that book by accident. So I have to restart it. I have to rewrite it. So... And
I believe in you.
I was in the editing process too. Like I had 18 chapters. I almost cried. I got 10 of them back.
That must be the feeling I'm feeling right now.
I either got 8 or 10 of them back. So, I mean, that's helpful. But I figured, you know what? I'm going to focus on the podcast editing. I'm going to focus on reworking book 1. And then I'll work on book 2.
Yeah.
So...
You got to take a break sometimes, and, you can get back in it, and it'll be...
And book 2 is going to be great.
It's going to be great.
But anyway, so that's what I'm finished, and that's what I'm reading.
Okay.
So
that... I'm just going to say Cozy Mystery series. It's 4 books. Is it a completed series?
I don't know the answer to that question yet.
That stresses me out.
But I'm in book 2.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. when I get to book 4. But I might take a break from that since I know that I've paid my bill.
And you can read the Emma M. Lyon books.
I think they only have 4 books on Everand, and she has 8. But
I thought there was more of those.
But I've only read, how many of her books have I read?
You still have Audible?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
And I found out something that makes me not want to pay my Audible bill. If you don't pay your bill and you haven't used your credit, they take your credit away from you. I've lost 2 credits now.
I did not know that.
So when I didn't pay my bill,
that would make me not want to even bother.
Yeah. So like I should have 2 credits and I have 0.
Yeah.
And I'm a little upset about that, honestly.
Yeah, I mean the credits are like precious.
Okay, so I've read 3 of the Emma M. Lyons books, but I think there's a 4th one on Everand that I can read.
I've read a couple things.
Yes.
And I was really getting myself together with jotting stuff down, and then I never went back to it. Because there's a note on here. I have all the books I had finished at the time, and in parentheses it says, notes in phone, because I was going to then write out little reviews, little snippets, like I've done before.
Right.
And have them ready. And shock, surprise, surprise, I did not do that.
Oops.
So yeah, I did finish Feed by Mira Grant, and I liked it. I'm still torn about whether or not I want to bother with the next book. Mm-hmm. It's not free, so I have to pay for it. And this first one was, again, a very interesting concept. I think it's very interesting. It's very different, and that's kind of cool. But I want a little bit more zombie action, a little bit more of that, a little less journalism. Because somebody would find that very interesting, but it's not me, not I. And I just don't know. I don't know. It's like $8.99, I think, on Kindle. I just don't know.
You're like, I don't know if I want to spend $9 on a book might not like.
And I was shocked though at the end of Feed, so last time we talked about it, somebody had died, and I was like, it's getting more interesting now, finally. But it was at like the 72% mark or something is when somebody like within our main character group died. And I was like, crazy. And they turned into a zombie and all the things. Like they had to be put down. Like it was sad. Like it was good. It was a good, well-written scene.
Yeah.
Then at the end, somebody else dies. And it was even more drastic.
Oh.
And I was like, this is crazy. And so, and I will say, so there was like four to five main characters that you were with, and one like would go in and out sometimes, so that's why 4 to 5. But then then there was like 2 that were like actually the POVs in the story that you would follow. One of them is deceased. Oh. And it was one that I think I liked less.
Oh.
So
it's
like,
okay.
Maybe I'll enjoy the next book more. I don't know. And I could download a sample, I guess, on Kindle, though.
Yeah.
You can do that. And I think it's like maybe the first few chapters or something, or however. It might be a time frame or a percentage. I don't really know. I could do that, though. That's a good idea. Maybe I'd like it. I don't know. So I did read Feed. Then I read the rest of the horror short story collection on Kindle I was reading. I read the 3rd book in it, which is called The Blanks by Grady Hendrix. I don't know if you recognize that name right now because of our book club book that's supposed to be.
Oh,
that I got to remember to mention before the end of the episode.
We need to do that.
So I read The Blanks, and it was interesting. It was good. I like Grady Hendrix, so I'm excited for our book club book.
Yes.
The short story, and I'm sorry that I sometimes don't remember everything that happens in the short stories that I read, but I think it was about a family, mom, dad, brother, sister. Brother is like 7 or 8. Sister's older. Or younger? I don't remember. Exhibit A. But they, during the summer, they go on vacation to this very hard, I guess I'll say exclusive, neighborhood, community. And with a bunch of other families who have worked very hard to be able to all get into this community. And the way he describes the community, though, after a while, because you would think like they would be like wealthy looking houses and like gated community and whatever, but they're actually apparently like really run down, weird houses. And it's like, why is everybody dying to get here? I don't get it. But then there's these creatures called the blanks that live on this island. It's also on an island, I think. And apparently, if you just ignore them, you see them, you just ignore them, everything's fine. But every now and then, there's an instance where somebody ignored them, but it wasn't fine. It didn't work out in their favor. They're kind of creepy, langy, claw, humanoid creatures. I'm not entirely sure, but like they're monsters. And they will just attack you if you look at them or acknowledge that they're there and like kill you and you disappear forever. Yeah, so our family that we're following go to the island and their son sees one eating somebody that they were like just having a barbecue with a couple hours ago or something. And the mom's like, oh gosh. Like, and she grabs her son and she takes him away. She covers his eyes. She's like, you didn't look, you didn't see, there was nothing there. What you saw was a deer had rabies. It was attacking somebody. Like, she's trying to convince him that what he saw was not there because she's scared that something's going to happen to him.
Mm-hmm.
So you just follow them after that little instance. And
why would you go to this island?
I don't understand. Like, and there must have been some kind of appealing thing about it, and maybe I just don't remember it. But like, I don't know why. I don't get it. So then I read the next one, which I found tormented my heart and soul. It's called Night and Day in Misery. It's the 4th one by Catriona Ward. And it follows a woman who, I'm going to edit that out. It follows a woman who is very sad. She's very depressed. She recently lost her husband, but at the time they were also then ex-husband, ex-wife. And then at the same time, there was an accident and she lost her son, her toddler son. And so she's very upset and she's like, everything went downhill. She can't stop thinking about it, all the things. So she wants to go back to where the accident occurred. And so she goes and she stays in the same hotel that her, at the time, ex-husband and toddler son were in. And while she's staying there, she experiences an interaction with like a ghostly spirit in the hotel. And at the time, she didn't realize that the spirit was her son trying to talk to her and stuff. And so she has plans to take her own life. So the son is sort of there trying to convince her not to do that because this, that, and the other that you find out in the story. So it was kind of terrible. It was a good story, but it was a harder one to read.
Yeah.
Then I read Letterslot, which is the 5th one. I think it was the last one in that series, by Owen King. Letterslot was about this teenage boy who lives with his mom, who I think his dad either passed away a long time ago when he was younger, or he left them, but I'm not sure. And I know that's a big difference. So forgive me. But his mom worked at a hotel. It paid decently. They were pretty comfortable. They weren't well off, but like they were fine. She ended up having an accident at the hotel where she can't work like she used to, and now they're entering hard times. And I think he goes, it's either his school counselor or he has to see a therapist. And I don't remember which. But they say, maybe something to help you with your emotions. You could write a letter. Doesn't have to be to anybody specific. You could just write a letter and talk about whatever your hopes are, what's going on, whatever. And he does that. And then he's walking home from school and he passes this abandoned home. And for whatever reason, he just goes up to the front door of the abandoned home, is just sort of looking around. I think kids have come and graffitied, whatever, left some trash. But there's a letter slot. So he, for whatever reason, he's not signed the letter that he wrote or anything. Like, there's no way to identify it was him, whatever. And he just puts it in there and leaves. And I don't remember how they show back up, but he ends up receiving letters from some mysterious person, spirit, creature, whatever, saying, I'm sorry you're going through hard times. If you give me, we'll work a deal out. If you give me a name of somebody, maybe somebody who just really gets on your nerves, whatever, you give me their name and I will help your mother's financial problems. He's like, okay, gives him the name. And then that person, somebody they're close to, ends up dying or getting into an accident. Like, they come on hard times then.
Oh.
And our original characters then profit from that.
Oh.
And it goes from there. And it was an interesting story. It actually reminded me a lot of, I don't know the author, but I'll put it in the show notes when I look it up. And I think it's originally a manga series, but it reminds me of Death Note. And I think it's along the same lines. You write somebody's name, something happens to them. Maybe it was a bully, whatever. I don't know. But it reminded me a lot of that. I actually not read that, and I've not even seen the movies that they've made.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even know why I know that reminds me of it. So, sorry, one more. Then I finished. I Was a Teenage Slasher by Stephen Graham Jones, which I know I had talked about that with you, and I was saying how it's good, but it's weird because when you think of somebody being a slasher in a story, you think that they're a bad person and that you don't want to root for them. You want them to stop. I mean, obviously you like the story because it's entertaining, but you don't like them.
Right.
But this person who became a slasher, they had to then do all these killings technically against their will. They didn't want to do it, but something came over them and they had to because of the laws of horror movies. And so the whole time they're struggling with the fact that they've killed people and stuff. And it's an interesting story. It's not really what I expected. I liked it, but it was not what I expected because I wanted to be more. I know there's a book out there. If I go and I find one, I'm sure it would not be that difficult to find like a typical slasher story. But yeah, it wasn't that. It wasn't a typical slasher story, which is also a good thing. It was an original story. Like, it was neat. It was gruesome. It was gory. It was a gory story, which was also a good thing if you're wanting a slasher story. But yeah, definitely not something I would think you would want to pick up because it got pretty gory in some scenes, and I was like, oh, this is crazy. But it wasn't very scary, so I don't know. It was good. I liked it. I'm glad I finally read something else by Stephen Graham Jones. I think I've only read a couple things by him, and I've liked all of them. So same with Grady Hendrix. I'm excited that we're going to be reading the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I ordered it on Amazon.
Nice.
It is coming like next week, though. I ordered it like a week ago.
Oh.
So I don't know if it's in popular demand right now.
Wow.
It is on Everand.
Yes.
So,
I've already bookmarked it.
Okay. Because I was like, I don't know if you ordered one on Amazon because the shipping was very not quick.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I'm like, well, I could also listen to it on Everand if I have to. I don't think I'll have to, but
yeah. I was thinking about, I get paid this week, so I was thinking about ordering it this weekend.
You might have better luck going to Books A Million or something.
Okay.
I'm sure they would have it. I don't know, actually, but
listen,
it's a pretty popular book.
I'll probably go there, and then Ella will be like, so,
right,
am I getting a book while we're here?
Yeah, same girl. I don't blame you.
I'll probably cave and buy her one, and Emma as well.
We all deserve a good book every now and then.
That's right.
Except I have bought, counting our book club book, I have bought 3 books randomly.
Wow.
Online recently.
Okay.
And I'm like, you gotta stop, Brooke. There's literally, you gotta stop.
That's funny.
Which we will talk about those whenever they get here.
Right.
Because we still haven't even talked about what I'm currently reading.
Oh no. Let's have it.
I'm currently reading, like a crazy person, I'm currently reading 3 things. I'm reading, well, okay. It says 3 things, but really I'm only reading 2. So
okay.
I'm listening to an audiobook on Everand, since our Everand is now back up and running and normal. Mm-hmm. And it is called Whiteout. My mom actually texted me, and she was like,
familiar.
I have read another book called Whiteout.
Oh, okay.
And she said, have you read Whiteout by this author named R.S. Burnett? I said, no. What is it about? She said, well, actually, I'm sorry. I'm not going to read my mom's text. I don't know when that was, and I don't know what she said about it. But she made it sound intriguing. But this is what the actual description says. I'm not going to read all of it. I'm just going to read 2 little paragraphs of it. A researcher stranded in Antarctica receives a radio message that a nuclear war has broken out in this claustrophobic survival thriller.
Oh.
Perfect for the fans of The Martian, The Last Murder at the End of the World, and Breathless. I don't know what Breathless is, but I'm sure it's good. It's been 4 months since glaciologist Rachel Beckett left her husband and daughter to join an urgent research trip to a remote field station deep in the Antarctic. But after losing all communication with her crew at base camp, she's trapped and alone and running out of supplies. The only information she has about what's gone so catastrophically wrong is an emergency radio broadcast playing on a loop. A nuclear war has broken out, and Rachel might be the last survivor on Earth. So, yeah, it's a very uncomfortable story. Just because, like, just imagine you're somewhere, first of all, so freaking cold.
Yeah.
So cold and alone. You're there with 3, she's there with 3 other people, researchers, whatever, her team. Mm-hmm. But they're somewhere else. They're at the base camp. I don't know why she was separated, other than she had to go do some other kind of research. Why by herself? I don't know. So she is separated from them. You left your husband and your not even 2-year-old daughter to go for, like, whatever it said, 6 months, 5 months, to go do this research. First of all, I know there's important things in the world. I'm not doing it. No. I'm not doing it. I'm not leaving my husband and my child to do that.
Especially, what'd you say, 2 months old?
Less than 2 years old.
Oh, less than 2 years.
I think in the book she says something like 15 months, something like that. Oh, well, no, yeah, I can't math. Yeah.
I mean, you might want to leave them when they're a teenager.
Yeah, like she's not right. Middle school, I'm out. But it was like, you left your husband and your child, your very little child,
right,
to go do this. Suddenly, and you don't have communication with them. You can't get into contact with anybody. And all you now get is this radio broadcast saying that there's been a nuclear war all of a sudden. And that's it. For weeks, nothing else has happened. No other broadcast. And it says in the broadcast, we will update you when it's safe to come out, whatever. And I'm like, you're all by yourself? You're all by yourself? You don't know what happened to anybody? I can't handle it.
She's stuck there.
She's stuck. Exactly. She's stuck in Antarctica. No. No, thank you. So it's a stressful situation, and it's entertaining. It's good. It's upsetting. There's flashbacks, from before she left and whatever. And it's like, oh my gosh, I can't stand it. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I hope all is well in the world. I hope at least she gets
rescued.
Yeah, at least rescued. But then I hope maybe she gets some kind of contact from her husband saying that they're okay somehow. I don't know. It also reminded me a lot of a book. I told my mom this when I started it. I said it also reminded me a lot of the book called The Last by Hanna Jameson, which I read last year. And more or less a similar situation. We follow our main character who goes to like some kind of conference in like Switzerland or something.
Right.
And suddenly there's a nuclear war that just began.
I remember that.
Yeah, and he can't get into contact with anybody in America and stuff. And it's just, that was a very aggravating book and an upsetting story, but also a very compelling story and very entertaining. But yeah, it reminded me a lot of that similar situation. So I'm listening to that. I'm also reading on my Kindle. I started a spooky story. It's called Episode 13 by Greg DeLuey. It is on Kindle Unlimited. Whoop whoop. And so far it's kind of creepy. It started off very creepy. Let me just read this. A ghost hunting reality TV crew gained unprecedented access to an abandoned and supposedly haunted mansion, which promises a groundbreaking 13th episode. But as they uncover the secret history of the house, they learn that reality TV might be all too real. Fade to Black is the newest hit ghost hunting reality TV show. It's led by a husband and a wife team, Matt and Claire Kirkland, and features a dedicated crew of ghost hunting experts. Episode 13 takes them to Matt's Holy Grail, the Paranormal Research Foundation. This crumbling, derelict mansion holds secrets and clues about the bizarre experiments that took place there in the 1970s. It's also undoubtedly haunted, and Matt hopes to use their scientific techniques and high-tech gear to prove it. But as the house begins to slowly reveal itself to them, proof of an afterlife might not be everything Matt dreamed of. So it starts off pretty creepy, but then it's like kind of slow. And where I'm at now, how it worded it, the house is revealing itself, and it's like, okay, a little creepy. At first, I couldn't read it at night. It was just a very good opening to the book in general, and I was like, oh, let's not read this. But then it got a little bit less scary.
Yeah.
The way it's set up is really neat, though. You're following, like, there will be chapters that are the episode and the raw footage of what they have. And then there's chapters where somebody's emailing somebody or somebody's texting somebody about like what's going on. And then every character has a journal entry they have to put.
Oh.
So it keeps going back and forth between all these things. And it's good. So far, it's pretty good. I don't know. There was a little introduction before the book actually started, and I don't know if it was fictional or not, because the way it worded it was like, this is a fictional book, but it is inspired by something that happened at this place that people were trying to, ghost hunt at or whatever, and go do your own research. But apparently some crazy things happened. It's basically what it said.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know if they just did that to make it more immersive or if it's actually a show that was canceled or I don't know. But so that's interesting. If anybody listening knows the answer to that, feel free to message us, email us, whatever. So, okay. I will finally stop talking. I think that's all I've got right now. I am technically reading 3 things, but I'm not going to talk about the third one because I'm not focusing on it right now. So, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. So our book club, Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. Read it, and tell us if you love it. Tell us if you hate it. Tell us if you DNF'd it. Tell us if you know a vampire. I don't know. You have until So it's technically for October, but we're going to go all the way to November 3rd because we are announcing it today. We want to make sure everybody has enough time to obtain the book and fully read it, enjoy it, take your time. And if you would like to participate, that would be so fun. You can send in an audio recording. Doesn't have to be long. It can be whatever you want to say about the book. Send it to our email, happilybookedpodcast@gmail.com. And we'll put you in the episode. It'll be so fun. And then if you don't want to send an audio clip, that's also okay. You can send a little paragraph about what you thought about the book. And you will hear either my amazing narrative voice or you'll hear Becky's actually good narrative voice. Read your paragraph. So there's that.
If we get enough, we can alternate.
Exactly. That would be fun. So, okay, that's that. That's all I had to say. I just had to remember to get that out because everybody needs to know that is our book club book. I'm so excited to read it. I hope it's good. Quite frankly, I hope it's very scary, but I don't think it's going to be very scary, and that's okay too. I don't know though because I've never read it.
Right? We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, and I'm glad that you remember to say that because I totally forgot until you mentioned it earlier in the episode. And then I also forgot from the time you mentioned it till now. So I'm glad you remembered. And that's everything you have to say?
Yes.
That's everything I have to say.
I'm glad I remembered too. Don't worry. Next week there will be more books to haul. And so this isn't the last you've heard of me. That's what I'm saying.
More to come.
More to come.
Also, I know we've been promising YouTube videos for a while.
We're going to get those up very soon. Very soon.
Between the two of us.
And three if you count Austin.
We've been working very hard on this all year. And we've had a lot of setbacks with it, but we do have episodes that have been recorded. And we also have episodes that have now been edited.
Yes, thanks to Becky. Oh my gosh.
Been
she's
so many struggles, but we are going to get those uploaded very soon. And if we don't make an announcement on this podcast, it'll definitely be up on Instagram and Facebook. So you will know as long as you follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
And at some point, very soon, you will actually see Instagram posts because I'm going to give an assistant of ours the Instagram information so that she can actually post stuff. Because I've just been kind of off and on about it anyway. I've not been very consistent about it. I've tried, but I keep falling short. But I am also not on social media very much anymore, so...
And TikTok.
Correct. Yes. Yeah, she's going to do TikTok as well.
So I'm very excited about the TikTok thing, which I haven't been really interested in TikTok.
Likewise. But
the girls are very interested in TikTok. They watch TikToks all the time.
A lot of people. So many people send me TikTok videos sometimes. I'm like, I can't even watch it.
And apparently, as long as you're posting daily, you get a lot of viewers. Mm-hmm. And I think that will help with our viewership on YouTube. And that will help with our listeners on Spotify and Pandora, wherever you're listening.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that. I hope that it really helps propel us. As we have spoken on this podcast many times, that we would love for this to be our full-time job.
Yeah.
And actually, being on the editing end of the videos, it is a full-time job.
Yeah.
So when you have to work all day and then come home and do that, it's very difficult. Mm-hmm. So I'm really hoping that TikTok helps propel us to be able to just do this because it really is a full-time job and we don't make any money. So it's not like we can pay people to help us do the things that we're doing.
They're just helping us out of the kindness of their hearts.
Right, because they're family.
Yeah.
And, we'd like to get to a point where we can pay ourselves, but also I'd like for us to be able to pay Miss Tracy to do these things. And maybe get Megan on board to help us with some stuff and pay her too. That'd be really great.
Yeah.
And I know there are a lot of podcasts who do pay multiple people to do multiple things. I still want to be able to do the editing. I think that I enjoy it. I don't know if you enjoy it, but I don't necessarily.
So far, I think you've done a fantastic job.
I don't necessarily want to give that over to somebody, but if we did, we'd like to be able to pay them to do that.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to the next chapter of doing the TikToks.
The TikToks.
And I'm hoping that your mom does include us in that some. Like, obviously, she can't come down here every week and video record us doing things, but
right.
I'd like for us to be involved in that somewhat. When we first talked about getting TikTok, I was excited about that. I thought we were going to do, little things when we were at your house. But again, neither one of us were really TikTok-y. So
really not.
I think it's great that your mom's doing that for us. Yeah. And that's just another thing to show how amazing Miss Tracy is. So anyway, I know I'm rambling, but I hope that you guys enjoy the TikToks that she puts out there. And I hope that you enjoy the episodes we're working on. And I hope that before next January, you get to see this January's recordings.
Amen, sister.
And so we're just really, really excited. I think that this is really a new chapter for us. And that we're appreciative that you are along for the ride. So thankful that you've been here from those of you who are still listening from the beginning. We're so thankful for you to still be here. And we hope that it'll give you more opportunity to interact with us and maybe comment on things on videos and post. So I'm really, really excited about it.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what happens over the next few months, you know? So thank you, as always, kindred spirits, for listening. It's wonderful to know that there are so many of you in the world. And want to thank the Sideways Sheriff and Miss Tracy, as always, for your support. And ask that you support them as well as supporting us. And if there's anything that you are interested in purchasing from us, just let us know. Within the next few months, if we get kicked off how we're hoping, hopefully we can actually open a shop where you could go online and purchase things. That's like our next goal, I think, with the podcast, for you to be able to actually not have to email us and ask us for things. You could just go online and order it.
Add to cart.
So please just keep checking us out and looking for all those things to be happening. And until next time, stay happily booked.